Good morning, everybody, from Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Mat, West London Centre. I'm going to read from Caitanya-caritāmṛta, Madhya-līlā, chapter 11. And this is the Beḍā pastimes, Beḍā-kīrtana pastimes. Ome Gyanatimirandasya Gnanjana Shalakaya Chakshu Unmanatamyena Tasma Shri Gurave Namaha. Text 146. Translation. After seeing Sankara, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahāprabhu told Damodar, "My affection for you is on the platform of affection with awe and reverence." Purport. Here the Lord is addressing Damodar Pandit, who is different from Swarup Damodar. Damodar Pandit is the elder brother of Sankara. Thus the Lord informed Damodar that the affection bestowed upon him was on the platform of awe and reverence. However, the Lord's affection towards his younger brother Sankara was on the platform of pure love. Therefore, keep your younger brother Sankara with you, because he is connected to me by pure, unalloyed love. Damodar Pandit replied, "Sankara is my younger brother, but from today he becomes my elder brother because of your special mercy upon him." Then, turning towards Shivananda Sain, the Lord said, "I know that from the very beginning your affection for me has been very great." Immediately upon hearing this, Shivananda Sain became absorbed in ecstatic love and fell down on the ground, offering obeisances to the Lord. He then began to recite the following verse. "O my Lord, O unlimited one, although I was merged in the ocean of nescience, I have now, after a long time, attained you, just as one may attain the seashore. My dear Lord, by getting me, you have obtained the right person upon whom to bestow your causeless mercy." Purport. This is a verse composed by Alabhanu Yamanucharya. One's relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead may be re-established even after one has fallen into the ocean of nescience, which is the ocean of material existence, involving the repetition of birth, death, old age, and disease, all rising out of the acceptance of the material body. There are 8,400,000 species of material life, but in the human body one attains a chance to get released from the repetition of birth and death. When one becomes the Lord's devotee, he is rescued from this dangerous ocean of birth and death. The Lord is always prepared to show his mercy upon fallen souls struggling against miserable material conditions, as stated in Bhagavad-gītā 15:7. "The living entities in this conditioned world are my eternal fragmented parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind." Thus, every living being is struggling hard in this material nature. Actually, the living entity is part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and when he surrenders unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he attains release from the ocean of birth and death. The Lord, being very kind to the fallen souls, is always anxious to get the living entity out of the ocean of nescience. If the living entity understands his position and surrenders to the Lord, his life becomes successful. Murari-Gupta at first did not meet the Lord, but rather remained outside the door, falling down like a stick to offer obeisances. When Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not see Murari amongst the devotees, he inquired about him. Thereupon many people immediately went to Murari, wanting to take him to the Lord. Thus Murari Gupta, catching 2 bunches of straw in his teeth, went before Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with humility and meekness. Upon seeing Murari come to meet him, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went up to him, but Murari began to run away and speak as follows. My Lord, please do not touch me. I am most abominable and am not fit for you to touch because my body is sinful. The Lord said, My dear Murari, please restrain your unnecessary humility. My mind is disturbed to see your meekness. Saying this, the Lord embraced Murari and had him sit down by his side. The Lord then began to cleanse his body with his own hands. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then again and again embraced all the devotees, including Acharya-tana, Vidyanidhi, Pandita Gandadhara, Gangadas, Haribhata, and Acharya Purandara. The Lord described their good qualities and glorified them again and again. After thus offering respect to each and every devotee, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very jubilant. However, not seeing Haridas Thakur, he inquired, Where is Haridas? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then saw in the distance that Haridas Thakur was lying down flat on the road, offering obeisances. Haridas Thakur did not come to the Lord's meeting place, but remained fallen flat on the common road at a distance. All the devotees then went to Haridas Thakur, saying, The Lord wants to meet you, please come immediately. Haridas Thakur replied, I cannot go near the temple because I am a low-caste, abominable person. I have no authority to go there. Purport. Although Haridas Thakur was such a highly exalted Vaishnava that he was addressed as Haridas Gosvāmī, he still did not like to disturb the common sense of the general populace. Haridas Thakur was so exalted that he was addressed as Thakur and Gosvāmī, and these titles are offered to the most advanced Vaishnavas. The spiritual master is generally called Gosvāmī, and Thakur is used to address the Paramahamsas, those in the topmost rank of spirituality. Nonetheless, Haridas Thakur did not want to go near the temple, although he was called there by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. The Jagannath temple still accepts only those Hindus who are in the Varnashram order. Other castes, especially those who are not Hindu, are not allowed to enter the temple. This is a long-standing regulation, and thus Haridas Thakur, although certainly competent and qualified to enter the temple, did not want even to go near it. This is called Vaishnava humility. Haridas Thakur then expressed his desire. If I could just get to a solitary place near the temple, I could stay there alone and pass my time. I do not wish the servants of Lord Jagannath to touch me. I would remain there in the garden alone. That is my desire. When this message was relayed to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by the people, the Lord became very happy to hear it. At this time, Kashi Mishra, along with the superintendent of the temple, came and offered his respects unto the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Upon seeing all the Vaishnavas together, both Kashi Mishra and the superintendent became very happy. With great happiness they met them in a befitting manner. Both submitted to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Please give us orders so that we may make proper arrangements to accommodate all the Vaishnavas. Accommodation had been arranged for all the Vaishnavas. Now let us distribute Mahaprasad to all of them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately told Gopinath Acharya, please go with Vaishnavas and accommodate them in whatever residence Kashi Mishra and the temple superintendent offer. Then the Lord told Kashi Mishra and the temple superintendent, as for the remnants of food left by Jagannath, let them be delivered to Varninath Raya's charge, for he can take care of all the Vaishnavas and distribute Mahaprasad to them. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then said, nearby my place in this garden of flowers is one single room that is very solitary. Please give that room to me, for I have need for it. There, indeed, I shall remember the lotus feet of the Lord sitting in that solitary place. Purport. This statement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is significant. Nibhute Vaisya Tehan Kariba Smarana. I shall sit down there in that solitary place and remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Neophyte students are not to imitate sitting in a solitary place and remember the lotus feet of the Lord by chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We should always remember that it was Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself who wanted such a place, either for himself or Haridas Thakur. No one can suddenly attain the level of Haridas Thakur and sit down in a solitary place to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and remember the lotus feet of the Lord. Only an exalted person like Haridas Thakur or Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is personally exhibiting the proper behavior for an acharya, can engage in such a practice. At the present moment, we see that some of the members of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness are tending to leave their preaching activities in order to sit in a solitary place. This is not a very good sign. It is a fact that Śrīla Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur has condemned this process for neophytes. He has even stated in a sang, sitting in a solitary place intending to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is considered a cheating process. This practice is not possible for neophytes at all. The neophyte devotee must act and work very laboriously under the direction of the spiritual master, and he must thus preach the cult of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only after maturing in devotion can he sit down in a solitary place to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself did. Although Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he nonetheless travelled all over India continuously for 6 years and then retired at Jagannath Puri to teach us a lesson. Even at Jagannath Puri, the Lord chanted the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in a great meeting at the Jagannath temple. The point is that one should not try to imitate Haridas Thakur at the beginning of one's transcendental life. One must first become very mature in devotion and thus receive the approval of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only at such a time may one actually sit down peacefully in a solitary place to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and remember the lotus feet of the Lord. The senses are very strong, and if a neophyte devotee imitates Haridas Thakur, his enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, and Matsarya, will disturb and fatigue him. Instead of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, the neophyte will simply sleep soundly. Preaching work is meant for advanced devotees, and when an advanced devotee is further elevated on the devotional scale, he may retire to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra in a solitary place. However, if one simply imitates the advanced spiritual life, he will fall down, just like the Sahajas in Vrindavan. Kashi Mishra then told Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, "Everything belongs to you. What is the use of your begging? By your own will, you can take whatever you like." "My Lord, we are your two servants, and we have just to carry out your orders. By your mercy, please tell us to do whatever you want." Saying this, Kashi Mishra and the temple inspector took their departure, and Gopinath and Vapinath went with them. Gopinath was then shown all the residential places, and Vapinath was given large quantities of food, Mahaprasad, left by Lord Jagannath. Thus, Vapinath Raya returned with large quantities of Lord Jagannath's food remnants. Thus Vapinath Raya returned with large quantities of Lord Jagannath's food remnants, along with cakes and other good eatables. Gopinath Acharya also returned after cleansing all the residential quarters. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then addressed all the Vaishnavas and requested that they listen to him. He said, "Now you can go to your respective residential quarters." Okay, so we'll read end here we'll finish at text 183 and continue reading from Sermons of the Guardian of Devotion, Volume 1 by Śrīdhar Maharaj. Chapter 9, a new chapter. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is putting the questions and Sri Ramananda Roy is answering. In this posing, the entirety of theological development was expressed there on the banks of the Godavari River. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is magnanimity and sweetness combined, and that meeting on the banks of the Godavari was the only time Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu revealed his real identity. He revealed it to Sri Ramananda Roy in that place only, and we never find it anywhere else. Rasa Raj Mahabhav Duri Eka Rupa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is both Radha and Krishna combined. The most secret portion of the truth was shown there only once, and we never find that it was expressed in any other place. The whole cause of existence is twofold: the predominated part of beauty and the predominating part of beauty. This has been taught by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Śrīmad-Bhagavatam. Not power or force, but beauty and love is the prime cause. This is a new grant to the world, which was never given it to the world before. The prime cause of the whole infinity is beauty and love, and this is the speciality of Śrīmad Bhagavatam and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we need not be afraid. Apprehension is a superficial thing. It is Maya, illusion. In the depths of our life's achievement, there is no apprehension. All is love and beauty. Our future is guaranteed in a most optimistic way. In his Bhakti-Bhagavatamritam, Srila Sanatana Gosvāmī takes us through the path of gradual development in devotion. Prahlāda Maharaj has been accepted as the basis, the beginning of pure devotion, Shuddha Bhakti in peacefulness or Shantaras. Hanuman is above that in servitorship or Dasyarath. Above that are the Pandavas in friendship or Sakyaras. and Uddhava is somewhat in friendship, connecting with parenthood. Vatsalya Ras, and consulthood, Madhura Ras. In this way, adherence in devotion for Krishna automatically flows towards Vrindavan. The acme is in Vrindavan. This is also found in Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's conversation with Sri Ramananda Roy. Tebyas ta pashu pala pankaja drishas tabyo pisa Radhika Sri Beḍā-kīrtana 2 number 10, and the high devotion of Srimati Radharani is categorically different from that of all the gopis. The type of service found in her is practically unaccountable, inconceivable. The rishis, the seers, saw that the Vedic mantras were eternal. They are not creators of the mantras in the Vedas. They are only seers and feelers of spiritual current. They are only observers. The knowledge that is contained in the Shruti Vedas is not created by anyone or anything. It is eternal and flowing. The rishis are onlookers and recorders, and that Shruti has come to reveal the fundamental truth underlying the whole creation. Still, they are only inquisitive of something. They are inquiring about something. What that thing is, they do not know. They are only searching for the highest revelation that ever came down in the world. They are only searching for that reality, but they have not yet come into its connection. And this is Krishna Bhakti and Vraja Bhakti, loving devotion for Krishna in Vrindavan. And Mahāprabhu and Śrīmad Bhagavatam came with the quality of that type of adherence to the truth. Unconditional surrender, adherence, searching and serving attitude, seeking such fortune of serving the truth. That higher type of truth and existence is such that if we can be only a seeker afterward, we may consider ourselves to be the possessors of the highest fortune. We can really post ourselves in the path leading to that highest truth. That quality is the very basis of and the degree of self-surrender, Atma Nivedam. Whatever beautiful and valuable things we come across, we cannot but surrender ourselves to them. That is the criterion. If we come across anything higher within our vicinity, our appreciation means surrendering ourselves onto that. So according to the good degree of our surrender, we have to measure what degree of quality of truth we have come across. That can be measured only according to the degree and intensity of surrender, or how much we could surrender to what we came into connection with, to the point of no return. And the true devotees know no satisfaction or fulfillment of feeling that. I have it. And the true devotees know no satisfaction or fulfillment of feeling that I have it. They feel no trace of such satisfaction that I have achieved. Never. The inner sweetness of the truth and its infinite characteristic is such, it attracts. It can attract to the highest degree and magnitude. When some of the Brahmins performing sacrifices wanted their wives to attend the yajna, some of the ladies were on their way to see Krishna at the time. One Brahmin came and forcibly opposed this. He stopped his wife. No, I will not allow you to see Krishna. He stopped her body, but the life expired. The dead body remained there. She felt so much attraction to have a darshan, a divine glimpse of Krishna. Immediately a lifeless body stood there. The life vanished. Krishna is beauty. reality the beautiful. Beauty absorbs us. The Mayavadis, the impersonalists, say that the Brahman absorbs the individual soul so much that no trace of it remains. But this is an artificial conception of absorption. In the real conception of absorption, the existence of the seer of the truth is not done away with. He remains. In the real conception of absorption, the existence of the seer of the truth is not done away with. He remains, but he is absorbed with life. He is so absorbed and attracted that he becomes one. Even maintaining his separate existence, he is always one, full of Krishna consciousness to the highest degree, and this is visible to the world outside. The oneness of the Mayavadis is, of course, crushed in the beginning. Brahma Bhutaha Pasaratma na Shoshati na Kanchati Samaha Saveshu Bhuteshu. I am one with Brahman. That stage is surpassed, and then Mad Bhaktim Labhate Param. Devotion is attained. There is oneness in divine attraction, union and separation in different Leelas or pastimes. To maintain the setting of Leela, the Leela is maintained. Here, complete absorption and oneness does not mean that everything is annihilated. Leela is also eternal. The Lord's name, Rupa, form, Guna, qualities, Pankara, encourage, Leela, pastimes are all eternal. Its relationship is a dynamic thing, not a static one. There is even a union in separation. There is unity in every stage. The dynamic character of his pastimes requires unity. Otherwise, his self-giving and the devotee's God attainment would have been impossible. And we'll finish that point. Okay. Okay. Hariyavaya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Gopala Govinda Ram Sri Madhusudan Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan Giri Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Chandra Gadadhara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Jaya Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunath Joy Gosvāmī Koi Charana Bandana Jaha Hoite Bignanath Vista Purana Joy Gosvāmī Jaramui Tavadan Tasa Bhava Pada Vainumara Panchagra Deva Charana Sebi Bhakta Sanipan Janame Moai Apila Joy Gosai Jabe Brote Koilapa Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Kavila Prakash Ananda Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Madhya-līlā Shri Guru Vaishnava Pada Padma Kavirāja Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Radha Kavirāja Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Kavirāja. Jai Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Gandharva Govinda Sundar Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramamsa Paravaja Kachai Vari Asatar Satra CC.MADHYA Shri Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Gosvāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramamsa Paravaja Kachai Vari Asatar Satra CC.MADHYA Bhakti Śrīdhar Gosvāmī Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramamsa Paravaja Kachai Vari Asatar Satra CC.MADHYA Shri Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Shri Gokashodas Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Shri Satchidananda Shri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Shri Ch.9 Babiji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Shri Rupana Guruvaka Ki Jai. Namaskar Shri Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swāmī Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Shri Bandadev Vijabhusana Ki Jai. Shri Vishwanath Chakravarti Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Narottam Shamananda Srinivasa Acharya Prabhu Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Kṛṣṇadāsa Kavirāja Ki Jai. Six Gosvāmī of Vrindavan Ki Jai. Sabha Sadhu Shri Nityananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Sabha Sadhu Shri Mahāprabhu Ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Gopinath Shami Radha Kunti Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Lakshmi Vavaha Devi Ki Jai. Shri Bhakti Vigna Vinashaya Shri Nisingadev Ki Jai. Bhakti Prabhava Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai. Tosi Mahawani Ki Jai. Tosi Gurukami Ki Jai. Kanka Janamaharshi Ki Jai. Grantavarshan Bhagavatam Caitanya-caritāmṛta Ki Jai. Vishwa Vaishnava Vajra Sabha Ki Jai. Akramat Vachi Caitanya Ki Jai. Dodaya Sakamat Ki Jai. Shri Caitanya Saraswati Ki Jai. Vishwa Bhyapi Dodaya Sakamat Ki Jai. Śrīdhar Mahāprabhu Ki Jai. Śrīdhar Nabami Ki Jai. Vrindavan Purushottam Dham Ki Jai. Bhadadaya Subhajā Jagannath Ki Jai. Shri Govinda Kund Ki Jai. Shri Satar Shri Ganga Ki Jai. Samaveta Vaishnava Mandala Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Jai Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai. All the assembled devotees Ki Jai. Jai all the devotees all over the world Ki Jai. Nitya Gaura Premananda Hari Bol.